Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another episode here on the 830 crew, where we're going to make a character, another one. We'll do a deep dive into the backstory and all the traits that we did in the last one. So the last character we made was Q-Lados, and now we're going to make a new one. These are the four dedicated to the Bastard Company. Before we start, I did find some music to use for my videos properly. In my last video, I used a free song from YouTube's music library that you didn't have to credit, but this source of music is outstanding, and I love their music. This is the website, Everrealm Records. They have all these playlists you can use for your videos. If you mention them, credit them in the description. There is a web page. They have a page here how to do it properly, and you can reach out to them too. But yeah, I'm using them for probably most of my videos. Any video I use them for, I will credit them in the description below. They're not a sponsor. This is a non-profit video, and it will remain like that for some time. So, with that, it just adds more. The music just helps me out think better, especially trying to get in the zone when creating characters or doing anything D&D. I love listening to music in that atmospheric music for D&D. So, with that, let's go ahead and start. We will create a new character. Last time we did a half. We'll go back. Mountain Dwarf, Barbarian. Okay, so let's make something completely different. A name. This time I will use the suggestions. I like Chuvel. Actually, let's do Chuvel, Hisker. Nice off. No sources. We will keep dice rolling as usual. Milestone system, fixed HP, hit points. No encumbrance. Modifiers on top. Campaign only. Perfect. Alright, let's begin with race. We did Dwarf last time. I think we did a dice roll to choose it. But in this episode, I'm going to choose everything myself. Where applicable. An elf. High elf. Good for wizards. Do a wizard. Don't wanna go that route. We'll do a let's see. I like Wood Elf. We'll choose that. We get Dark Vision. Senses. We're proficient in Perception. Day Ancestry. You have advantage on saving throws against being charmed, and magic can't put you to sleep. That's cool. So elves don't need to sleep. Instead, they meditate deeply, remaining semi-conscious for 4 hours a day. Alright. Wisdom score goes by 1. Elf weapon training. long sword, short bow, and long bow were proficiency. Fleet of foot. Buck can speed up to 35 feet. Let's go wiki. I have access to Wikipedia 24/7, right in my pocket. You can attempt to hide even when you're only lightly obstructed by foliage, heavy rain, falling snow, mist, and other natural phenomena. Alright. We will do... Other wizard. I was debating whether to do sorcerer, warlock, or the last three, basically. I'll do sorcerer. Proficiencies. Arcana. Insight. Draconic bloodline. Dragon ancestry. Dragon ancestor. At first level, you choose one type of dragon as your ancestor. The damage type associated with each dragon is used by features you gain later. Ah, Silver Dragon. Oh. Be a level 1 character. We'll do the usual. Manual, rolled. 7. 15. I know that's going. 16. Wow. 14. Wow. Okay, so mostly good rolls. Let's choose the lowest roll for... Huh. As a sorcerer, I'm assuming that I'll have to do the high scores first. Well, it doesn't have armor, so let's do 13 as Constitution. Do Charm. Do 14 as Strength. 30. Intelligence and Wisdom will be the highest two. And then with the modifiers, which I think there's only one. Yeah, right here. Wisdom. So 18. Alright. Next. Description, which will take the longest. Background. So as a wood elf, sorcerer, I think Acolyte is probably the most suitable for this character. Bill. Mission and religion. Next we'll do history. Languages 2. Let's say I can speak to gnomes and goblins. I trade. Okay. I like this one. So I spent so long in the temple that I have little practice experience dealing with people in the outside world. So that gives a hint from my backstory that will develop here shortly. Like a sheltered character. Noticing that the character will be very religious. Try to strive for peace kind of attitude. So, ideals. The faith. Okay, so we'll make this character sheltered. Obviously very faithful to a religion. But I want to throw a twist in there. Probably that led him to becoming an outcast, an adventurer, but not entirely abandoning his core ideals as a sorcerer. So let's do faith. Next is bonds. Oh, the first one right off the bat is good, especially what I have in mind, but let's just consider the other ones. This kind of works. Look at the first one. This is my character's side story, side quest. Flaws. This might be pretty, I'd say, this would represent my character's backstory perfectly. Much trust in those who wield power within my temple's hierarchy. Pity sometimes leads to me blind. Less faith in my god. Well, you see, I don't know. This is kind of... wow, that hits home. Yeah, I like this one. Or this, blindly trust those that profess faith in my god. That might be a good flaw that would... I already have an idea of how my character is going to be outcasted or banned from the temple, but still believing in his core faith. Let's do that one. Plus, he's sheltered, so he doesn't exactly know how to socialize, or maybe he's not good at depicting deception from others. Let's close this one. Character details. We'll do lawful good. Yeah. Let's see. We'll just make up a religion for now. Again, as always, if these characters are plucked from the pool for a campaign in the future, then I will modify some of these things in accordance with the DM, whether it's Ryan or someone else. Let's say Faith of... Where's that name generator? I gotta get a little closer for this. And right. Din. Faith of Din. Simple. So comfortable. Or, modest. Just enough to get me off the slums. Alright, here's the part that I'm always struggling with. Hair. Long, black... Let's see. Oh, yeah, long... Oh, I know there's a default picture, but... Long brown hair. Ponytail. Light. Black eyes. Height. 5. Elves are... I think 5. And just a regular height. But yeah, that's fine. Weight. A little on the bigger side. Well, you know what? Let's just do 160. Age. 56. Male. Alright, that's the physical characteristics. Personality traits. We already got that. Organizations. Temple of Zin. Outcasted. For now. Or follower of Zin. Ousted. Or banned from the Temple of Zin. Allies, enemies. Let's see backstory. So, this is where I was talking about the old sheltered thing. Oh gosh, I already forgot his name. There it is. Was sheltered. Throughout his... Whoops. Not sheltered. Sheltered. There we go. Why does it look so weird? Sheltered. There we go. Throughout his youth. While a loyal follower of the faith and of the Zen faith. Chuvel spent most of his life as a servant for the Temple of Zen. He barely set foot in the outside world, thus not well versed in socializing nor society in general, or just society. He was, let's see, well, my last character I made, he's was a soldier. His brother was killed. A spiritual entity attacked his village, his home, killed his family, and that's what kind of drove him as a character. But for this one, I'm thinking of including a what do you call those? A noble who appears to be a noble, but is actually a thief and disguises himself as a follower of the Church of Zin, Temple Zin. And my character somehow discovers this, that he is a fraud, and that this intruder, this thief, steals the artifact or something of value. And you know what? Real. Chuvel's final years in the church, in the Temple of Zin. He met a mysterious outsider who was seeking shelter. The outsider claimed to have memory loss and was in dire need of aid. Temple gladly took him in. Eventually, let's see. A heck of a plan. If this is a thief, he spends probably a good amount of 2 or 3 years infiltrating this temple, becoming one of them, eventually stealing a powerful artifact. But there's also a level of trust that this outsider has to gain with the temple. So my character, again, somehow discovers the artifact is gone and blames the outsider. But that blame is seen as a flaw or is frowned upon for one to accuse another within the temple. So that's why my character is like banished. So with the Temple Zin, let's say that they can take anybody in. Let's say they're desperate for members, but you screw up something of that level, you're banned. And maybe there's a level of corruption in the temple itself. So the temple gladly took him in. Eventually, what's the right keyword for this? Eventually raising him to become one of their own followers. The outsider of no name was simply referred to as the outsider. I don't know. It's so simple. The outsider. He became a very trusted and loyal member, follower of the temple. Chuvel had a had a strong trying to figure out how to word this. Like, okay, I'd say that's probably good for that paragraph. So throughout Trevor's final years in the Temple of Zin, he met a mysterious outsider who was seeking shelter. This outsider claimed to have memory loss and was in dire need of aid. The temple gladly took him in, eventually raising him to become one of their own followers. The outsider eventually climbed the ranks of the of the temple, and was seen as royalty in the eyes of his fellow followers. But for some reason, not to Chuvel. Chuvel had a strange, whoops, I typed too fast, strange feeling that the outsider was not entirely trustworthy due to a we'll keep it at that. Not entirely trustworthy. After 2 long years, a prized artifact or relic of the Temple of Zin, an item of great power, was disappeared from the temple's temple's library, or prayer chamber. Chuvel's own stubbornness led him to believe that the outsider was responsible for the missing relic and took there we go. Relic and took and made his voice apparent. He shouted and blamed the outsider for the lost relic and demanded he be stripped of his rank and banned from the temple. The outsider's strong influence and loyalty to the faith of Zin proved to be too strong on the highest followers of Zin. The mightiest believers of the Zin, of the Temple Zin, they shunned Chuvel for the accusations and ironically, banned him out of the temple. Chuvel, there we go. Add those 2 words to my dictionary. There we go. Set at those. They shunned Chuvel for the accusation. Now, despite remaining a strong believer Oops. Of the Zen faith. Chuvel walks the land, seeking redemption and path back, seeking the missing relic and redemption for the for his own sake. All right. Possibly some spelling issues, but that's the probably bigger backstory I had than my last character, but that's perfect. That is Chuvel's backstory. So, keep it as it is. Look at that. Alright, next, equipment. Let's do quarterstaff. Actually, let's do a dagger, and then this time we'll do an arcane focus. Wand. Floors pack. I have 2 daggers, so let's change that to spear. Pretty short bow. Holy symbol, a gift to you when you enter the priesthood. With an amulet. Prayer book. Okay, there we go. And to close, we have our new character, Chuvel Hisker, a wood elf sorcerer who was a loyal believer to the faith of Zen. Upon meeting a mysterious outsider, accused this outsider of stealing a relic, but the accusations led to Chuvel's eventual departure of the temple. So now he walks the land looking for the relic, seeking redemption. Possibly, I didn't include this yet. I forgot to put this in, but possibly trying to discover if the outsider was truly the thief. So, I know originally I said that the outsider was a thief, but maybe the outsider was just his assumption, that Chuvel's assumption that the outsider was responsible for. Maybe it was truly stolen from just some random thief. But that'll make a good campaign, an eventual side quest or main quest for the character. So, yeah, that's it, guys. Thanks for watching. This is the character sheet. Advantage against being charmed. Pretty high armor class. +3 on initiative. -2 on charisma. So, yeah, and all of that will happen during a campaign. Only 8 hit points. Alright, well, for now, that's it for this video. Thank you again for joining me on making another, and our second character in this series. So, also thank you to Everrealm Records for the music. So, take care, everybody. I'll see you in the next video on the 830 crew. I'm Lex, signing off.